girlfriend. This is called manifesting. And I could not, if you would have asked me, you know, 13 years ago when I had filed bankruptcy and started over and had nothing, no children, no husband, no house, that I would be where I am today. Hello, welcome. I'm so excited. Welcome to the premiere episode of Keeping It Real with Keri. This is something that has been a long time coming. I'm so excited to pull back the curtain of mom life and entrepreneur life and all the things that probably just like me, you struggle with, I struggle with every single day, trying to run a family, run a business, and stay sane. But before I dive in, just take a minute and just listen. Can you hear that? That's right. It's silent. And if you've had kids out during winter break, you can appreciate the silence that I am experiencing right now. So I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Welcome to 2024. I hope you're super excited about what's in store for this new year. Keeping it real with Keri is something that has been on my heart for quite some time, because even my best friend says, Keri, when I look at your life on social, or people always ask me, is that really who she is? What you see online, or is she always that happy and optimistic? Yes, I am most of the time. And yet, like any human being, I certainly have my days. I have my fears. I have, my dreams. In fact, I have my sweater on my mom gave me for Christmas. It says dream. And, I really wanted to create an outlet where I could just be really raw and real with you. Having 2 kids in my 40s, getting remarried in my 40s, running a multi-7-figure business, we all have stressors. They are definitely first world problems. But as I grow into more of leadership and CEO and mom of a 3 and 8-year-old. Do I need to say more? I just really wanted a place where I could come and share with you. So my intention is that these episodes are short and sweet. That's the intention. And that we can just hang together, that we can become closer, that we can experience life together, and that you can see me not only as an entrepreneur, but as a sister, as a mom, as someone just like you who is trying every day to show up as my best, do my best, and step into that big, bright dream that I see for my life, and hopefully you see for your life too, which is a great prelude to what I want to share with you today, which is some advice as we head into the new year. Now, 2023 for me was actually, it was a pretty solid year. My business continued to grow. We hired a lot of team. And in fact, I made some decisions that really scared me, which I'll share with you here in a minute. And so as I'm looking at what's next, I thought I would write out some of the things that I'm assessing and I'm going through as I step into this new year. I love a new year. I always feel like it's such an opportunity to gain a fresh perspective, clear the plate, set new goals, get in alignment, which is one of my favorite words. And so that is my goal for 2024, is to just really regain clarity as to where I'm taking inspired living, how I want to show up as a mom and as a wife, and quite frankly, as a human being, because I have felt like a whole lot of human doing the last few years, and just, go, 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 go. And that has been me since I was a little girl. I remember my mom saying, when I'm in middle school and high school, Keri, you have to let something go. You can't keep doing all these things. And I'm like, yes, I can, Mom. So here in my late 40s, I'm still doing all the things. And it's really my intention as I grow the company and I look at my life is, how do I create more of that sacred space for my faith, for myself, just to, again, keep that alignment. So here are kind of my top tips for you heading in to 2024. Number one tip here, let me share with you, is to count your blessings instead of your mistakes. Mhm. Count your blessings. I know that there are seasons that are full of joy and new experiences, and you just feel like you're at the top of your game. And then there are seasons where it's very contrary. You don't feel that at all. You feel like you're failing, you're just on the struggle bus, and you're waiting for that reprieve. And so, no matter what season you're in right now, I just really encourage you to take a moment and count your blessings. You're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. And I have learned that it's through the mistakes that I actually step into what's next. It's not through the successes, even though I do learn with those too. But it's like, how many times can I fail when I'm a mom or when I'm building the business? Because to me, those are the real markers of growth and success. So as you're stepping into the new year, count your blessings, not your mistakes. Look back. What can you learn from them? What happened for you so you can continue to evolve and, become a better person and a better business owner? But what are those things you're really grateful for? Because I have learned that what you focus on multiplies. And so I encourage you to focus on the blessings in your life. Oh, this is a good one too. One that I work on all the time, which is practicing faith over fear. One of the things I'll be sharing more in these Keeping It Real with Keri episodes is my practice, my faith, my spirituality. I grew up as a Christian. And even though I feel like, I have always been very spirit and faith filled, I'm in a place right now where I really want to understand my relationship with God. I want to create more space around what that looks like. I want to lead in my business from a place of inner knowing and spirit filled, which for me is a constant practice of choosing faith over fear. If you're going to grow a business, if you're going to do anything ballsy, like you got to make tough choices. And I've always been a risk taker. I'm not adverse to taking risks, but as you are playing a bigger game, those risks can seem quite large and even scarier. And so really tapping into my intuition, to my faith, is something that I will continue to lean into and really encourage you to practice building that faith muscle, following your intuition, whether you believe in God or not. Just that inner guide within us is the greatest um, barometer, right? The greatest navigation for our life, and to trust it as you're stepping into your vision this year. Earlier this year, talking about choosing faith over fear, I made two really big hiring decisions. I hired a fractional COO and a fractional CMO. You might ask, like, what is fractional, Keri? It just means they're not full time, but they're working 20, 30 hours a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. But these are, high leadership positions, executive positions, which I gotta tell you, I had to choose faith over fear for a couple reasons. One, of course, the expense, right? To just really choose that I'm living in abundance, that I'm going to be provided for, that, when I'm making those decisions based on my intuition of what I know I need next to get to a place I have yet to go to, I knew that if I was going to build inspired living to where I see it going, I had to get out of running inspired living. You got me? Right. So right now we have a team of about 14. Some are full-time employees, a few contractors, but I will tell you, it's never easy hiring team. In fact, when I'm working with our clients, when they're just starting out and they're looking at hiring team, like, you're choosing faith over fear every day. But what I have learned is that the more I do what I'm great at, the more I do what I love, the more I trust God and my intuition as to what I'm called to do, then I am always provided for. So, hiring those two key positions this year was absolutely scary, but I knew it was essential. It was mission critical to taking the company where I knew it could go. So, look, girl, I am practicing faith over fear with you every single day. Every single day. Number 3, stop tolerating something or someone that doesn't make you happy. That's easier said than done, isn't it? Especially maybe when it's a partner or a family member. But I think that I know we all have choices, and that you can't change anyone else but you. So when you're looking at the dynamics of your relationships right now and just your life in general, I love that question. What are you tolerating? Hmm. Is it a person on your team? Is it someone in your inner circle that just doesn't light you up, doesn't encourage you, doesn't bring you joy? Or is it something that you're doing every day that is just sucking the life out of you? Okay. So if we're going to create abundance and joy and financial freedom and all the things that I know that you want, we have to really take a close look at what we're tolerating and why. Again, coming back to that faith over fear, a lot of times we tolerate things because we're too scared to let go of them. So, this is the time of year I also do an assessment of my time, my relationships, my team, and I really get clear on those things of, am I tolerating anything right now? And what am I doing? Or is there anyone I'm surrounding myself with that doesn't make me happy? Get clear on your intentions. This was something I learned very early on when I was pregnant with Lauren, and it was the power of intentions. And I'm not a big resolution person. You won't find me making New Year's resolutions. You will find me creating a new vision board. You will find me creating my word, having my word, kind of my intention for the year. And my word for this year is extraordinary. And I'll tell you why. So I think I was listening to, was it Kelly Roach? Maybe my girlfriend Kelly Roach, but it's like we are in this comparison culture. And I will tell you, I think comparison is the thief of joy. And yet we all get sucked into comparing ourselves. But it's like, why do you have to compare yourself to so-and-so? Why not just be extraordinary at what you do? Why not just create extraordinary experiences? Why can't you live an extraordinary life? And I believe all of those extras are based on being your most authentic version of yourself and not giving your power away, your joy away, not comparing yourself to other people on social media, right? I mean, it's just, gosh, the time, the energy suck of doing that. So get really clear with your intentions. And when you're writing out your intentions, you're going to write them out in I have statements. So not I wish, I hope, I pray, but more of I am. I am living a life of abundance, peace, and joy. I'm surrounding myself with people that support my dream and encourage me to be all that I'm meant to be. I am perfect, whole, and complete. Nothing in me is broken. I am creating an 8-figure business that is transforming lives around the world. I am showing up as a great mom who creates boundaries and balance in her life. Are you with me? I am. I have. I'm just flowing with this right now, but I'm liking some of those. I'm going to go back and listen. So really, really encourage you to take a minute and write out your intentions and then say them out loud. Don't just write them down, but say them. Breathe life into them. Feel the feeling of having these things as if they are already taking place. Girlfriend, this is called manifesting. And I could not, if you would have asked me, 13 years ago when I had filed bankruptcy and started over and had nothing, no children, no husband, no house, that I would be where I am today. I won't say I wouldn't have believed it, but it would have felt like a far stretch. And so the power of intention, the power of belief, I think is one of the most powerful things we as human beings can practice. So if you're looking at any sort of transformation heading into 2024, be very mindful of where you're putting your intention, because what you think about, you bring about. That's right. Which brings me to the next piece of advice, which is strive for excellence, not perfection, because one of them doesn't exist. So teaching people how to be on camera now for, we're going into 12 years with Inspired Living, which is so amazing because I've been a bit of a serial entrepreneur. This is my 3rd company. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. Hard to believe. And I've taught entrepreneurs how to be on camera now before it was the thing that it is today. And the biggest, greatest struggle our clients have is this need to be perfect. And there is no such thing. I tell Lauren, my 8-year-old daughter, all the time, because she's a dancer. She is in competitive dance. And I tell her, There's no such thing as perfect. Strive for excellence. Be the very, very best that you can, but don't ever try to be perfect because there's no such thing. And so that is my advice to you as you step into this year. Again, kind of going back to my word for the year, extraordinary. You can be extraordinary. You can have an extraordinary life and it's still not perfect because again, it doesn't exist. And how liberating is that to know that there's no such thing? So whether you're showing up on camera, you're showing up on social, you're showing up for your family or your friends, like I will tell you that when it comes to building a business, I think the greatest asset you have is your authenticity, is understanding who you are, what you bring, how you do it that's different, and having such a clear message that resonates with your right fit client. And it's so real. Like it comes from you. It doesn't come from someone you saw. It's not rinse and repeat. It's not, something that you saw someone else doing, but it's really your own words and your own voice and your own emotions behind them. So really encourage you to strive for excellence, not perfection. And then this is one that I have a tendency to struggle with a bit, and that is making yourself a priority. You can't drive into your destiny on an empty tank. Mm-hmm. You can't, right? You can't drive into your destiny on an empty tank. And one of my, I would say, biggest complaints, having a 3 and an 8-year-old, a husband that travels for a living a lot, running this business, running the team, was that I was just feeling so depleted. Now, it could be perimenopause, the reason why I'm so exhausted. But if you look at my calendar, what I tell my clients to do, time block and take time for you. Like I would be lucky if I squeezed out a yoga class at the end of the day. And that was my priority, right? That was my self-care. So just like you, I hope you'll be with me on this heading into the new year, is that we have to create space to fill our own tanks. And that's where for me, creating more of a intention and spirituality practice, more meditation, more walks, more staycations. I took my first staycation ever last year. It was amazing. 3 nights, 4 days, just me at the Ritz. And I have to tell you, I felt guilty because I was like, I should be doing more, right? The whole point was for me to not have to do anything. And yet I felt guilty in the not doing. So I will say it was so great though. I walked away feeling like, why didn't I do this sooner? And so making yourself a priority, and that doesn't mean getting your nails and hair done. That is just life, right? That's just upkeep. That's just taking care of yourself. But I'm talking about real inner work, healing, spaciousness, right? Like how can you fill your tank? Growing up, I loved to dance. And still take me to the club. I still love to dance. And I'm like, I'm going to start dance lessons this year because I know that will fill me up more. So what is it for you? What's the thing you've been putting off? Maybe it's learning a new language or traveling or whatever it might be for you. What is the thing you can do this year that's going to fill your cup, fill your tank, so then you can continue to drive into your destiny? And then lastly, which kind of goes with making yourself a priority, that is investing in yourself, investing in your team and your future. There is no greater ROI. There's no greater return of investment when you make the decision to invest in yourself. Maybe you need a new business coach. You need some sort of training. You need some sort of leadership coaching or training. Like what is the thing that you need next? Right? Your skills, your IP that's going to help you continue to step into that beautiful, bright vision you see for yourself. There's no greater asset than you. So how are you filling it up, right? How are you pouring life into your dream, and who do you need to become and what do you need to get there? So investing in yourself, investing in team. I already shared, I made some pretty big decisions this last year in hiring, and I continue to make those because I know that in order for me to get to the place that I can see so clearly, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't have the map, but I can see the destination. I need other people. I need other guides to help me. And if you're in a place right now where you're running your business and you're running on empty because you're trying to do all the things, Oh my gosh, girl, like hire someone, get support. You're going to double, triple that ROI. And you could start doing the things that light you up instead of the things that drain you. And then investing in your future. Michael and I were just talking the other day about setting up accounts for our kids and investing, whether it is in the stock market, in real estate. And we were talking about his parents and my parents, how growing up, no one talked to me about investing. No one shared with me, about the stock market or investing in real estate or whatever that might be. And so it's now, I'm so grateful for Michael because he has taught me about investing in a way I didn't know before. But I will say it's never too early and it's never too late to look at how you can invest in your future. Setting up a trust for your family and your home, making those decisions early on to, set up your retirement. Like, what does life look like after your business? And again, I grew up with parents that didn't talk about that. Michael's parents now are in their 80s and almost 90, and no one talked to them about investing. And so that's something I'm going to bring people on to the show as well. Because I don't think, especially as women, we are not taught to accumulate wealth. And it is truly my mission, my prayer, my hope is that more women achieve wealth, more women start generating multiple 7 and 8 figures, because this world will not change unless we have more women leaders, more women putting their money where their passion is. And so I'm excited about these conversations because I did not have them growing up. Actually, I did not have them until I started surrounding myself with girlfriends that had 7, 8, and 9 figure businesses, because investing at that point is something we're taught. But why do we have to wait to get there? Why not start, in our 20s, 30s? So I'm excited to get my kids set up with that early. And I hope you'll join that conversation with me as we start unpacking that and looking at the different investment opportunities that are available for us. There are so, so many. So that, my friend, is my advice as we step into 2024. I hope something I said resonated with you. Thank you for being with me on my first Keeping It Real with Keri episode. I can't wait to do more of these. This one went a little bit longer than planned, but they're going to be just, again, kind of spontaneous, what's happening. Life is never easy, but it's so worth it, isn't it? I constantly am saying, I get to do all this. I get to juggle it all. And I'm excited to share my insights and my ahas and my struggles with you. And I hope that you will do the same. I hope you feel like Inspired Living is not just a podcast or not just an episode that you watch or listen to, but a community that you can belong to. And if you are seeking great business coaches, if you're ready to be more visible, if you feel like, gosh, you know what, I just don't know how to step into that dream I have, I really encourage you to reach out to me or my team. You will not find a more incredible group of experts who truly love what they do. We love developing, cultivating talent, helping you become what it is that you see for yourself. And I say all the time, video is just a vehicle, right? Video is just a way to reach more people. And there's so much more. There's so much more. So thank you for being with me. Happy New Year. I can't wait to see what 2024 brings all of us.